Hey, what's up? This is Rick here. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 amazing and simple ways to find product ideas that can make you at least $20,000 each month. Then I'm going to show you how to validate those ideas. What makes what I'm going to show you amazing is that it is totally scalable and you can eventually outsource this process. Hey, welcome to my new channel. This is my first video. My name is Rick Wong and I've been selling on Amazon for 3 years now and I make over $100,000 a month selling on Amazon. So if you're looking to learn from somebody who has done it before, you are on the right channel. Now, let's get to the good stuff. There are 2 things you need to do in product research. First, come up with ideas, and second, most importantly, validate those ideas. I also like to emphasize the importance of product research. Having what I call product market fit will increase your likelihood of success on Amazon. If you do poor product research, your product is basically dead on arrival. The key is to find where people are already buying with solid demand and also an acceptable level of competition, because there is no way you could find a high demand product on Amazon with no competition at all. So you do have to accept a little competition. There is a lot of money to be made on Amazon, and it could be easy if your process is solid. If you are interested in selling on Amazon or looking to get better at selling on Amazon, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. Now, let's talk about generating product ideas. There are 4 ways my team and I generate product ideas. First is off of Amazon. Second, we would look at Amazon new releases. Third, looking at the Amazon launch and review websites. Fourth, we're also going to be using Amazon research tools such as Helium 10. First, we're going to talk about off Amazon ideas generation. I'm going to demo this method first because this is my favorite. It is a very unique way of generating product ideas. Not many people on Amazon is actually using this type of method to generate ideas. So the ideas that you generate using this method will a lot of times be very unique and are not too saturated on Amazon. Basically, the method that I use, and we browse around the following website, feel free to find your own. The first website I like to go to for generating product ideas is trendhunters.com. The second one is coolthings.com. Now, let's look at how we do this in getting ideas off Amazon. So what I'm looking for is 1, a niche that I haven't really quite heard of, and 2, a product that is relatively new that I also haven't quite heard of. Something that your friend, when you tell your friend you're selling and they'll have like a kind of like a deer in headlights look, that's what you're basically kind of going for. And also, I would also tend to avoid anything that potentially requires FBA approval, anything that a person need to ingest, I would stay away from. I also have a product validation spreadsheet that we're going to be using to work through. I will also link it in the description below. So the 2 websites, Trend Hunter and also Cool Things, basically I'm just going to browse around looking at, I think the DIY section is really good. Okay, let's go for nerdy for now. So you just browse around, see what's potentially be a good idea. Oh, hidden magnetic knife blocks. Okay, so that's maybe something that you can potentially put. So what I would do is, I would just plunk any idea down, and this is like the off Amazon ideas. So I also like to do this to kind of document what method works best afterwards. So basically you try to jot down all the data, and then using all the data you can verify attribute which method would do better. And then basically you're just gonna look into like this the coolthings.com, Trend Hunter, look around for ideas and just jot them down. So that is our first method of generating ideas for Amazon. The next method I like to share is looking through new releases. The link to the new releases is down here, but in my demonstration, you will also see the link. Again, the same broad criteria applies in searching for products on Amazon, which is to go for niches that you haven't quite heard of before, and also going for products that is not quite common. So for this method, basically you will go to like the new release link for Amazon.com. You're gonna niche down and up and just basically browse around and just jot down your ideas. Okay, here we are on Amazon.com websites. Before we head to the new release page, I like to note to the non-US based Amazon sellers, you should change your deliver address to United States address. So here I am in Hong Kong. I need to switch it back to United States, because if I were to keep the deliver address to Hong Kong, basically it will filter out all products that only ships to Hong Kong, and there's a lot of products out there that only ships to the United States. So make sure, if you're non-US based sellers, make sure to make that change, or else your research will be heavily skewed. So let's go ahead and do that. On the top left, you're gonna click on delivery, choose your location. So basically I will use 95148. That is a zip code for San Jose, I believe. Apply. So, and then continue. Yeah, so you switch to a US based address. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the new release page, which is /GP new releases. Okay, so basically what I would do is just go on the main niche and then start niching down. So a very good categories to look for is, I think it's the kitchen, sporting, baby, potentially automotive, beauty, and personal care is a potential. So let's go for patio, lawn, and garden first. So the same logic applies. You're gonna go for some niche that is not that common, product that is not that common, potentially a niche that is not that populated with products. So this is what you're going for. So looking at these products, so I don't think anything catches my eye at the moment. Okay, so you also have to be careful with copyrights. So for example, this one, Baby Yoda Star Wars figure, that is a potential copyright waiting to happen. So I would stay away from that unless you are doing wholesale, in which you would need to get permission of the actual brand in question. Mini chainsaw, interesting. Okay, so $80. Okay, so this might potentially be interesting. Mini chainsaw, new releases. Let's see. Okay, let's niche down a bit more. Farm and ranch seems pretty interesting niche. So again, you could also niche down beekeeping supplies. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not too sure how you could product test that. Steam gun. Okay, that is a product that I never heard of, but it is pretty expensive. Pest repeller. I don't think it's like a unique product, so I think I'm gonna skip that. Yeah, so I think you get the gist of it. So you're gonna niche up, niche down. So for example, for me, I'm not a farmer, right? So I think the farm and ranch niche is something that is for me is not too common. So I would employ you to look at niches that are not within your experience. Those probably present most of the opportunity. So yeah, so basically I put down the mini chainsaw. To be honest, I don't think it's that unique, but let's just go with it. The third way that I like to look for ideas is basically piggybacking off on what other Amazon sellers are doing. When other Amazon sellers have a product ready, they will normally do one of two things. First, they need to generate reviews, and two, they need to launch their products. Hence, we're going to browse on these review groups and also on these product launch websites to get some ideas. And additional note regarding the review groups that we're going to be looking at, please do not be tempted to use these Facebook groups for reviews. We're only going into these groups to get product ideas. Getting reviews from Facebook groups or any of these groups for that matter is 100% against TOS. And the quality of these buyers are normally very poor, and the reviews will be removed pretty quickly by Amazon. So be warned. Okay, so the two launch sites that I normally use is rebatekey.com and also Extreme Rebate. So we're gonna look through the products and see what's interesting. So yeah, like normally I would spend like 15, 20, 30 minutes on it. So I'm not gonna take that long on it. Basically just go for niche and see the product. So far I haven't seen anything that is particularly interesting. Yeah, not too many. So yeah, I would just browse through all these pages and see if there's any potentials. So it does require a bit of your own personal judgment when you do this. As you do this more and more, you just naturally know which one is more competitive than the other. As I mentioned, the Amazon review groups, again, as I mentioned, don't use these groups, but just go into them for product ideas. For the review groups, all you have to do is go on the Amazon search bar, type Amazon reviews, and you could have like results, like hundreds of results for these review groups. So just join them, look around, but again, I will not be using them. The fourth method that I like to use is a quick and dirty way, but unfortunately, a lot of Amazon sellers will be using these tools, is to use research tools. The research tool that I like to use is Helium 10. And with Helium 10, the link is below. It is an affiliate link, so I appreciate if you can support this channel. You will get a 30 days trial and also, I think, a 10% discount as well. Next, I would like to show you how I do my research on Helium 10. This is my software choice. On the Helium 10 screen, you will go to product research. Under product research, you're going to click on Blackbox. When you click on it, you're going to appear on this page. What I prefer, so you got like 5 tabs. You could search by products, keywords, competitors, niche, and product targeting. So I don't have time to go through all the different options, but what I prefer to use is the product tab. And what I would do in my filters is the following. So I would also click down on the advanced filters. I would also select categories one by one. So let's go for arts and craft first. Monthly revenue. So what we're going for is $20,000 a month. So 1,000 as our min. Price, the next filter, what we will do, I personally like to use $28 as my filtering mechanism for the product, because if you go for a product that is like priced too low, the margins might not be there, because you need to spend a lot on advertising, PPC, other product promotion that would potentially eat away your margins if you priced it too low. Another thing that I would do is making sure that I'm also only going for private label products. And how I do this is that the number of max sellers, I would put it as 1. And also with number of images in order to gather private label sellers, I would put the number of images minimum at least 3, and I think that's it. And then I would just search and then look down the results and see if there's anything interesting. Pottery clay tool. Okay, this is pretty good. Sales to review, not too bad, but you need to get like 1,800, so it might be a little too high there. So another way to further filter out this list is use the sales to review ratio. The higher the number is, the more, in theory, the more relatively less competitive it is, because it's saying that you need less reviews to make that number of sales. So what I would do is sales to review. I would pick 2 as my minimum and then further filter. So going through it, okay, 49 is interesting. Art supply, as you know, I think it's a little competitive. Large sewing box, melting. Okay, the stats looks good here, but I think this product is actually gold. Melting casting, mold casting. Maybe, I think I may be a little too difficult to source that. Beeswax pillar. Okay, that is interesting. Beeswax pillar. Okay, so I would further research this. But again, this is beeswax, I think it might be a bit competitive, but let's just take a look at it. Helium 10 is my method. Okay, so basically that's how I normally do my research on Helium 10. So the key things to note, Make sure you're filtering for Amazon sellers, and then making sure that the product is at least $28 and making sure that it's selling at least $20,000 a month. And then you could just filter more and more. So as you get more experience with this, you can set your own filters. That is highly recommended, by the way. Okay, now that we've come up with product ideas, we need to validate them on Amazon to see whether they would stick. Validating your product ideas is so important because you want to eliminate any personal bias you have on the product. At the end of the day, Amazon is a market and you need to make sure that you care about what the market thinks, not what you think. Okay, so here are the steps to validating your ideas. First, we need to research 3 keywords for your product. Using these 3 keywords, we're gonna do 3 things. Average out the product score on Jungle Scout, average out the sales price, and then average out the monthly sales. And to do all the above, we will use the Jungle Scout tool, also on the Amazon website itself. So now let's begin. First, as mentioned earlier, we need to come up with 3 additional keywords for your product. So why do we do this? It is because we want to eliminate any noises coming from just one keyword. We want to make sure that our research is as accurate as possible. And putting all our eggs on one keyword will diminish any statistical significance. Using all 3 keywords in our validation, and if all the research coming from the 3 keywords don't conflict, then it just gives us so much more confidence in our research. Okay, going back into Helium 10, we are going to the magnet, which is located under keyword magnet. So what I'm gonna do is find 3 keywords for beeswax pillar. And basically I've already done the work here. I searched for beeswax pillar, so I think beeswax pillar is okay keywords to use, so I would plunk it down here. So what I'm looking for is number 1, relevancy of the keyword, which basically what you can do is do a search on the keyword itself and making sure that the search result are actually the product that you're looking for. So this seems like a good keyword to use. And on top of that, you could see the magnet IQ score. The higher it is, means like the better mix of search terms / competition it is for that keyword. So I think beeswax candles is one to use. And the next one I would say is, okay, the molds, okay, maybe not. So we're looking for actual candle itself. Although I would probably research this product a bit further. The magnet IQ score is pretty high on that. Let's go for beeswax organic. Okay, you have your 3 keywords set. Now you're going to use these keywords to verify some of the stats that we would have. And then if you go to Amazon.com, I will be using Jungle Scout to get the verification information for these keywords. And then I think an important information to get from Jungle Scout is also their opportunity score. So what I will do is plunk down beeswax pillar and then search it on Jungle Scout to see, number 1, you want to get the average price, and then later you want to get like the average revenue, which is you're aiming for 20,000. Okay, let's refresh this. And if you don't have like the monthly revenue on the average, what you can do is basically multiply the monthly sales by the average price. So the average price is $26.54, which it's close to 28. So that's definitely something that I would consider. So this is an opportunity score of 5 for this keyword. I would again plunk this down. 5, sales price 26. And then I would next do that. And then the average monthly sales is 421. So 421. And then you will do this for the next one. And then you're going to average out the score. So what you're going to do is add 455 plus, as you know, sorry, refresh. So monthly 601. Okay, let's go for 601. 601. And then 2419, JS score is 4. Okay, this is interesting. A big variation in monthly sales. It's just taking a while. So let's just just use this 2 keywords. So you kind of basically understood what I'm trying to get at. So normally I use 3 keywords. So I'm going to divide this by 2. Average price is that. Divide by 2. Now what we will do is this is like the order volume, and then multiply this by average sales price. So the total is 12,961. Again, personally, I would go for something that is like $20,000 a month. But again, you could set your criteria on that. I think the most important thing is it gets at least a decent amount of sales, and also the opportunity score is relatively high. But in this case, or Jungle Scout's opportunity score is 4.5. So in this situation, I personally would not go for it. And when you look at the next criteria, whether is there an opportunity for you to rank number 1 with less than 60 review criteria? I would say yes, because if you look at the first page of these ones, there are situations where there are less than 60 reviews. So in terms of competitiveness, I feel like this product is okay, but I don't think the demand is quite there. So I think that is why the Jungle Scout score is 4.5. I personally would not look at the product further if the Jungle Scout opportunity score is lower than 5. So in this case, I would probably pass, and also did not hit my average price of $28. Okay, now we got the data for the average sales price, the product score, and also sales. We would basically, use the data from Jungle Scout to make sure that it's within our criteria. So there we go. Now we would shoot for the following for our product research, since we have all the information on our spreadsheet. First, we're going to go for anything that at least $20,000 in monthly sales. And also, we want our minimum price to be at least $28, because anything that is under $20 is super competitive. And we just don't want that buffer, right? And also, we want to have, in my experience, we do want our product success score to be at least like 5 out of 10 stars. And if your product idea doesn't match any of the above criteria that I mentioned, I would just next this product and start validating the next one on a spreadsheet. Once they do pass the validation, we will see if there's room on the first page for these keywords. When I say room, what I'm saying is that is there any chance for you to rank on the first page on our keyword research? In my opinion, if there is no product on page 1 that has less than 60 reviews, you will be in a really tough position to not only rank, but also stay on the first page. Because at the end of the day, as a private labeler, no one cares or know about your brand. So the key factor that drives conversion is reviews, and they are increasingly harder to get. And you want to stay away from products where you need to get an unreasonable amount of reviews. There you have it. Those are my 4 ways to find products to sell and also to validate them as well. Product research is hard work, but if you do it right, you could be on your way to be really successful on Amazon. Repeat the entire process and potentially outsource either for the product idea stage or also the validation stage. I will probably make another video on how to hire and outsource work on Amazon FBA. So if you want to get notification on that video, please make sure to smash the subscribe button. And if you reached all the way to the end of the video, I also appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up as well. If you have questions, please comment below, or you can join my new Facebook group dedicated to Amazon FBA. I will also link that in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.